Hello, Shedball Nation. Commissioner Tim Whalen here, bringing you the Season 6 draft. You'll notice that we've made public all the available footage from Seasons 2 through 5 in case you wanted to catch up before tonight. Again, this is the Season 6 draft, which happened a little over a week ago. Since then, a few changes have happened to what you'll see in the following. Trevor Bash ended up getting sick and had to drop out of the tournament. He was replaced by rookie Sam Waters, who had not even applied for Shedball membership before the draft occurred. And then Peter Camp, due to a shoulder injury, had to step out. And so the 2010ers, who originally had 3 players on their roster after the draft, are now back down to a 2-man roster. Enjoy the draft and join us tonight at 7:50 this evening if you want to watch the live stream of Season 6 live from the Whalen Shed for the very last time. Of course, Shedball will continue, but we will find another venue since the shed is being sold this summer. Enjoy.
Oh no, it's just me and Tim.
Hey, Mike, welcome.
Hey, I told Shannon we're like just leaving our small group, and I told Shannon, I'm like, "Hey, can you drive? I gotta join the shed ball draft." And she goes, "You do not have to join the shed ball draft."
Uh, yes, well, there. I mean, yeah, Mike, just an old time shed baller, just checking it out.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I have no other reason to be here.
That's right. That's right. You know, sometimes you just gotta get back in the game. Um, I am going to make some of you also co-hosts, like Matt Stafford, just in case I'm not seeing people come in. Still copying over, making sure I've got the list of available players here. So we've got Bennett Beals, Caden Four. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Is that how you pronounce it? Caden Four? Okay.
Yes.
Chris Spencer, Ethan Hall, Henry Vanderway. If you guys can, oh, it's asking for my assistant to enter the. There we go. We'll just bring the assistant in. There we go. All right. Okay, Henry Vanderway, Hudson Beals, Hunter Witham, Isaac Chafee. Oh, Isaac's off. Okay, that's right. Because Isaac is going to be a GM. Okay, so Witham and Jack Spencer, James McKelvey, Jordan Antone, Lucas DeReicher, Nathan Luther, Nathan Stump, Owen Vanderway, Peter Camp, Steve Knight, Trevor Bash. All right. I believe that is the current list right now. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to put this list up on the board here. Velker's in. All right. Are you guys able to see the screen up here?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we've got our eligible players up here in alphabetical order as to not show any preferential treatment to anyone. So I believe we might have our GMs in the house. We've got Matt Stafford. We've got Sam DeGoffo, who is assistant GM of the Road Trippers. He's played about every role for the Road Trippers. He's been a player. He's been an assistant GM. He's been a GM. He's been an assistant GM that turned into a player in the championship game of season 3. And now he is again assisting as assistant GM to Nick Skrupski, who led the Road Trippers out of relegation into promotion back into the Premier League. Okay, so Zielstra just entered. So Tony and Scott have, well, let me wait for Scott to get in here. Okay. Nathan Luther is in the house. Scott, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Scott, Tony and Scott, we're in a bit of a unique situation here. Kyle Lehman has had a last minute situation come up, and he might not be able to make the draft tonight. And so what I'm considering, sorry, I just saw this come through on the group me. It says Robbie Lewis has left the group. Robbie Lewis comes in, has never been to a shed ball event, just drops a bunch of bombs, mostly hot dog related jokes, says he's going to be in, texted him earlier this week, never heard back from him, and now he left the group. So there we go, Robbie. We welcome you and send you off on your way. But anyway, Kyle Lehman might not be able to make it. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the mystique in the stewardship of both Scott and Tony, with the caveat that if I sense there's any sort of manipulation happening to send certain players down to the B League for them to have at it, then I can step in. But I think these two are upstanding guys that'll try to do right by the mystique tonight. So Tony and Scott, you're gonna have to work together to fill in for the mystique, which find themselves in a pretty tough situation. I don't know if,
Mish,
I mean, maybe, yeah.
I'm just curious. Does Kyle Lehman have wishes of like what he wants for his team, or like is it pretty much no, like I don't know. Could he I would think he's got a plan. Maybe he
Well,
doesn't.
Kyle, not all Kyles are made alike. I know you have a plan.
Do I?
I know you have a plan. I am going to text Kyle Lehman right now, along with Scott and Tony, and say, Kyle, and Tony go back. They've got an interesting relationship in shed ball. So Kyle, Tony, and Scott will be drafting for you tonight. Let them know if you have any wishes. I think all of his wishes left with Nacho earlier when he gave the $3 advantage away.
Yeah, that makes me question a little bit. That trade was interesting to start with, and now he's not showing up. It's just interesting.
Sounds like Mr. Velker is accusing
I'm not accusing. No.
tanking, which we cannot have any of shed ball. Okay, so let's see who's here. Road Trippers, you're represented. Mystique, you are now represented. Nick is also joining right now. So the Road Trippers have 2 GMs and the Mystique have none. But we're not going to put friendly fire over there. We're gonna use the B League GMs to steward the Mystique tonight. Kyle Velker, you are representing the Maple Wooders as GM. Matt Stafford is representing the Shed Rats. Isaac Simon, the Grounders. And Dave Hinckley is not here tonight, but he at least didn't bail last moment, and he has appointed an interim GM Isaac Chafee. Welcome, Isaac.
Uh,
Isaac has had a relatively successful career in shed ball. He made it to the B League championship a couple seasons ago, so he knows the game. In fact, sometimes GMs that have come from the B League have a lot of success. Isaac Simon being one of them. Um, Isaac's had a great record, championship and runner up. Hard to beat that. No team in shed ball has won 2 championships. This very well could be the year. So the Mystique have won one, Maple Wooders have won one, Grounders have won one, and the 2010ers have won one championship. Shed Rats and Road Trip are still looking for their first, but tonight is where rosters are made, dreams are realized, and yeah. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Are we waiting for? I don't think we're waiting for anybody. I think we can rock and roll. So with the first nomination of Shedball Season 6 draft, it's going to go kind of like the NFL draft. We want to give priority to teams that finished lower in the rankings. So what that means is we're going to start out with the number 1 team making their nomination first, because it's kind of a disadvantage to have to show your cards, and it'll be a snake order. So it'll start with the number 1, then it'll go Grounders. Then after that, let's just see who finished. Third would have been 2010ers. Then the Road Trippers, because they were the 4th seed in the tournament. And then it would go to the Shed Rats. Is that all the teams? Did I get that order right? No, Mystique. No, Mystique. Mystique finished ahead of the Shed Rats, so it would be Mystique and then Shed Rats. Okay, great. So Maple Wooders, Kyle Velker. Any opening statement, and then who do you nominate?
Yeah, the champs are in the building. I would like to nominate, and I start at $2. Is that correct?
You start at 2. Yeah. Okay, that's a good clarification. If any play, so if a GM that has a $3 advantage, I put this in the chat, but I'll just say it again. If you have a $3 advantage on a player and the final bid is $3, then you essentially have no money taken out of your budget, which is great for you. But if you are bidding up and like pressing the limits of your budget on your the high dollar player you're going for, then what's going to happen is you've got to at least leave $2. So for instance, if Kyle is going all in here and he's got a bid for $22.27, he couldn't go 1 cent higher. He'd have to leave at least $2 on the board to sign another player, even though he could feasibly sign Owen for 0. That's not going to happen. But if you're gonna bid up first, you got to at least leave $2 in the tank, just to be clear.
So my bid is Ethan Hall at $2.
Okay, we're gonna put Ethan Hall up there, and I'll just keep track of it in the team that nominated, and then we'll move them when we finalize it. So Ethan Hall for $2. Let's get the bidding started. Ethan
Here.
Hall, $2.
$5.
$5.25.
And I should check before we continue the bidding. Who has the advantage right now? Okay, Isaac has the advantage. So Isaac is going to be bidding at the normal price. Then we'll just take $3 off if he wins the bid. So $5.25 is where we're currently at on Ethan Hall. Continue the bidding.
$8.
$8.25.
9.
$9.50.
10.
12.
$10.50. $12.50.
Wow. Anybody remember Nacho's record-breaking deal? Was it 15? Going once.
13.
Going once. Going twice. Sold to the Maple Wooders for $13. Very intriguing. opening bid. Ethan will find that he is going back to the Maplewooders where it all began. He said at the very beginning he wanted to be a Maplewooder, and he got drafted by Kyle Velker. This is an echo of season one. Season one didn't end the way they wanted it to, but Ethan's a Maplewooder once again. Isaac, you're next.
Nacho for 2.
We're going to just figure it out, everybody. The big question is going to be, how far does this go? Isaac made a bold move to obtain the $3 advantage on Nathan Luther. I must remember it's Nathan Luther because when I write his check, if I put Nacho, the tellers don't understand. So I was informed of that in season 4.
8.
So $8.
$9.
12.
13.
13.50.
14.
15.
1850.
Well, can the Grounders do 1850 if they've only got one or
I've got that $3 advantage.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking at my spreadsheet? Because I'm not, got me. You can have it.
Okay, 1850. So really, we got to adjust this now down
Hey,
to
Tim,
50.
we'll go
Yeah.
1875. We'll go 1875.
Whoa.
19.
We'll go 1925.
1950.
Ooh, wee, baby.
We'll go 1975.
Where's Andrew Jackson?
20.
Crisp Andy Jackson. Going once. Going twice. Sold. All right, so we're going to make the $3 adjustment there. Grounders take 17 off, and bold move earlier today. They did clear Ethan Hall off the board early, and so everybody knew where Isaac was going. Nathan, are you still on the call? Nathan Luther.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I'm
You
working
are
out.
you are indeed married, sir, correct?
Yeah, I'm married.
Have you had your first child?
Yeah, he came 4 weeks ago today.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
$20 can buy some diapers. Maybe not a whole pack. I forget what the prices on these things are, but this is meaningful money.
$20 can buy a shed ball too, Tim. So, we just got to think about the future here and raise them up. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting.
I did. Nathan Luther asked me earlier in the week, is this the last season of Shed Ball? Now, I got to see if Molly's still on the call here. I did tell her anyway. I'm like, I can't guarantee anything, but my son is 6, my oldest son, and I anticipate him one day playing in a Shed Ball tournament. Molly said, that doesn't mean you can't like take a big break in between. I don't necessarily plan to take a break in between at this point. But yes, Shed Ball is alive and well. So is your firstborn a son, Nathan?
Oh, yeah. Always knew it. Ever since
So,
the day, ever since we got the positive test, I know it was a son.
so the
Okay.
countdown is on. I mean, he's probably 13 years away.
Yeah, he's already training, Tim. We're getting him in our neighbor's shed, and it's we just put him in there and just see what happens. And maybe not the best parenting idea, but
4
just
weeks
get him
old.
used to the atmosphere, and just get him acclimated to the pressure in the shed. So it's good.
Very good. Well, congratulations on being signed to the Grounders. This
Thank you.
is my encyclopedic knowledge of shed ball history. Nacho was probably the least successful endeavor in shed ball for Nacho was actually being the Grounders GM, in which He
Yeah.
almost led them to relegation, but
I blame it on
now
the
he gets to
players.
actually strap on the uniform. Okay, so we're gonna go next to what was the order that I said then? The 2010ers would be next. Do we know who we're so we can take off the board. We can take these guys off the board. Do you know who you're nominating, Isaac?
Yes, I will be nominating James.
So the $3 advantage for the tenors here. And are you starting the bidding out at $2?
I will go 3.
Five.
$3. Excuse me?
Five.
$5.
Go 550.
575.
625.
675.
7.
Woo-hoo. He
725.
does have a family pedigree, James McKelvey. He was actually a Shedball employee at one point.
775.
850.
9.
950.
My goodness. James, no
Go.
offense. I
Go 975.
Even 10.
1025.
oh my goodness.
I'll call it there.
Going once. Going twice. Sold. We'll make the adjustment. But make sure that James gets his full due.
You went
Again,
to the 2010ers?
he got to the 2010ers. Yes. Yeah, okay. So James McKelvey is off the board. We were just joined in the draft by Caden 4. I've never met Caden. But there he is. Hi, Caden.
How's it going?
I'm doing well, and welcome to the league.
Thank you.
There's a whole storied tradition and history that you know not much of yet, but you are a rookie this year. It'll be interesting to see if you go Premier League or if you go B League. A lot of times a rookie is going to go B League. Nothing to be ashamed of there. You can still pursue a championship from the B League. You haven't been chosen yet, but there's lots of people on the board still. Only 3 people chosen so far. Just bringing you up to speed.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. So next will be, who did I say is after the 2010ers? The Road Trippers. The Road Trippers get to nominate next.
We're gonna bring Owen Vanderway into the draft now.
Owen Vanderway. This is maybe one of the more intriguing things. This is going to be another high dollar amount we're anticipating. Where are you starting the bidding?
We will start the bidding at 850.
All right. 850 for Owen. Who's a taker?
9.
We'll go 10.
1050.
Going once.
11.
Go.
1150.
Mystique,
1150. We'll go 13.
13. Going once.
1325.
Going twice.
Oh, someone's, what was that?
1325 is current bid.
1350.
Surpassed Ethan Hull's purchase price. Going once.
1375.
Going once. Going twice.
14.
1425.
Going once. Going twice. Sold for $14.50. Who was that, Kyle?
Yep.
Hold on. Oh, you have the $3 advantage. Oh my goodness. Oh, baby. Wow. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised that Kyle Velker used all his cash. What's the plan for next year? But I tell you what, that is a squad. That is an absolute squad right there. 2 former champions on the same roster. Better hope they stay healthy. All right. So we've got Owen Vanderway off the board. What team can compete with Ethan and Owen? Wow, Maplewood. Kyle, do you want to? I guess we can wait till after the draft to comment on why you spent all your money. Okay. So next up would be the, help me out, Mystique. Yep.
Tony, you got an idea, or
I don't.
let's put Trevor out there.
Trevor Bash.
Yeah.
All right. Starting the bidding at what?
$2.
All right. Trevor Bash, $2. Get the bidding started.
4.
$5.
We'll do 6.
So 8.
850.
Man, we are talking inflation, baby. Inflation's not just hitting the gas pump, ladies and gentlemen. We're going once. Going twice.
Do 9. Coach, yeah, without a plan is
975.
kind of difficult.
Going once.
975.
Scott, what are we thinking?
Going once. Going twice.
1050.
Going once. Going twice. Sold to the Mystique. Will apply the advantage. Trevor Bash, who at times has been snubbed in the draft, thought he should be Premier League, went down to the B League. He'll get another shot. Finished in the undesirable position of 4th last season, but no relegation game. So we'll see who he gets as a teammate. All right, so we've got Trevor Bash off the board, and now it is time for the Shed Rats to nominate somebody.
Let's do Henry Vanderway.
Some say that one of Matt's regrets in this league has been letting Henry go after season 1.
Yeah, we'll start off at 2.
$2.
3.
4.
I will allow one team to sign a third player if they want to. A lot of times you'll opt not to, but that is an option for one team to do that if they so choose. $4.
$4.50.
5.
550.
$6.75.
675 going once.
7.
Isaac
8.
Simon wants to text Nacho Luther. It's Nacho, if you're listening, just go to Shedball member chat, and Isaac's got his number in there. He wants to chat with you. $7 going once. Going twice. Sold. $7 to who?
Road Trippers.
Oh wait, did I say?
Oh wait, were you still bidding, Matt? Do you think you were the highest
Oh,
bid?
I'm sorry. I thought I had the bid.
Okay, here, yeah, we want the actual free market here. $7 is the current bid.
I mean, I'll do 8.
825.
The Road Trippers do have the $3 advantage in this situation.
I'll go 10.
1025.
13.
Ooh,
Pardon?
$15 going once, going twice.
Give me 1 second, Tim.
Okay.
Just consulting the GM, who I believe is on.
Oh yeah, Nick's right there.
1525.
Going once, going twice. Sold. The Road Trippers hang on to Vanderway. Wasn't easy, but wasn't as painful as some thought it might be. Henry is now off the board. So we still have many good players on here. We have no rookies that have been chosen yet. Nathan Stump still on the board. Hunter Witham still on the board. Caden Forrest still on the board. The LeBron and Bronny combo here. Jack and Chris Spencer, a father-son duo playing in the tournament together. Bennett Beals, a real contender, several runners up in the B League. Lucas DeReicher alongside of Henry Vanderway came back from relegation last year. Hudson Beals, shed ball veteran. Peter Camp, also a seasoned veteran with the league. Jordan Antone, second season. Steve Knight has been a Premier League player each of the last 2 seasons, has not yet won a championship. All right, who is up? I think it's going to be again. The Shed Rats are up again.
Let's go. Let's go, Chris Spencer. $2.
Chris Spencer. He is the oldest player in the draft, but he grew up just shooting all day long on Nerf hoops. He has actually one of the highest percentage shooting in the Premier League when I was going back through stats earlier today before I screwed up the page. Chris Spencer at 2, going once, going twice. Sold to the Shed Rats, $2 for Chris Spencer. In my humble opinion, maybe it's part of them because I'm part of the old man club. I think it's a steal. All right. Chris Spencer is off the board. And now it goes back to the Mystique, I believe. Yes, the Mystique.
Tony, your pick.
Steve Knight, $2.
Of course, Kyle Velker has the $3 advantage on him. So if the bidding at Steve Knight ends at $2 or at $3, Kyle could still pick up Steve Knight as a third player, even with 2 cents remaining. He might have already left the call, though. I'm not sure.
I
Steve,
bid 3.
Dude, 325.
And Velker is out of the bidding. 325, going once, going twice. Sold. Steve Knight to the Mystique. All right. Steve Knight once again makes it to the Premier League. He's one of the tallest players in the league.
So what?
Will he be able to show it up in the tournament?
Have the Odyssey, you might have to buy it.
Who's talking right now?
Sorry, that's background noise at my part.
Oh, okay. All right. Some people that are not locked in on Shedball, I assume. Okay. All right. So who is next? It is the Road Trippers.
Give me that list of names.
Yep,
We're
right
going
over here.
We're going Nathan Stump for 2.
Nathan Stump. People were wondering whether or not the video would make a difference. And it appears that it has. He's going to be a Premier League player. Starting the bidding at $2. Want to go higher?
250.
350.
450.
5.
We'll go with 6.
We're gonna let him go.
Going once. Going twice. Sold to the Shed Rats. So at least for this season, Stump will not be a stump, much to Tony Cachiro's chagrin.
That one upsets me.
All right. So now we are at the 2010ers for another nomination. The field is narrowing.
I would like to nominate Caden 4.
A rookie up on the block here.
And started at $2.
Okay. A rookie. 2 rookies making their way to the Premier League.
250.
$3.
350.
375.
4.
425.
450.
5.
Not good.
Going once. Going twice. Sold to the 2010ers. The 2010ers managed to still have a little bit in the budget. Isaac, call him Dave Ramsey, but he stayed within the budget. Given tight constraints, he filled out the roster. Okay. We are now to a nomination from the Grounders.
Bennett Beals for 2.
And this will now mark the first season that Bennett Beals is in the Premier League. I think some say it's maybe too late. He's really shown a lot. We'll see what he does in the league here. Bennett Beals for 2. Going once. Going twice. Sold to the Grounders with a remaining budget of $126. All right. It is now, how many rosters do we have filled out? We've got a roster filled out here. We've got a roster filled out here, here, and here. Okay, so really, the Road Trippers are the last one to fill out. Now, there are several teams that could nominate a third or could get that somehow. So Isaac is not going to be able to take any more players. So neither is Kyle. So we're back now to the third. So it's now going to be if they want to, or if he wants to, Isaac could nominate another player. Again, you're at risk of then getting stuck with him. If nobody else bids, you can pass if you would like. Isaac, are you still here?
Yes.
Okay. Pass or nominate?
I'll go Peter Camp.
Peter Camp. This would be the first time he's drafted into the Premier League. So we're going to start the bidding at 2. Any takers? Peter Camp, $2. Any bid ups? Going once. Going twice. Sold. You know, this might be the last tournament Peter Camp could play in. He's going to be going away to school for the fall event. He might not be able to make it back. This is quite a way to send him out. A shed ball veteran. Okay. So we now have, it goes to the road trippers. Road trippers need to nominate someone.
Lucas Dereischer for 2.
Lucas Dereischer for 2. Going once. Going twice. Sold. All right. We have full rosters. Is there any other?
Tim, that's $0 for the road trippers because they have a $3 advantage.
Thank you. Okay. So are there any other nominations? I'll open it to the floor right now. If there are any other nominations. Actually, I must have miscounted. We need at least 4 guys in the B League.
What?
So we're shutting down the draft for the Premier League. So very good. We're going to do this really quick for the B League. It's going to be we're going to do a snake draft with 4 guys. We're going to pick this team. So now Scott and Tony, you must stop your fraternization as stewards of the Mystique, and you need to go head to head. Tony, you're going to grab the first pick here. And then it will be 2 picks for Scott, and then Tony with the 4th.
I'll do Jordan Antone.
Okay, Jordan is going to be a stump. Who's your squad, Scott?
I'll take Hudson and Hunter.
Okay, Hudson and Hunter. And Jack will then become a stump. You know, a lot of people will recognize, you know, Chris Spencer has worn the Stumps jersey. Now his son is wearing the exact same thing. So we have the draft field filled out. I'm just going to ask a few questions for those still staying on. This would be the cellar dwellers. And this would be the stumps. Okay. Kyle, do you care to comment on the strategy of going all the way down to 0 in this draft? What's the future? Are you still with us or did you leave? He might have left. I want to know. I really want to know why Kyle did that. Looks like he's not here. Nick, what do you feel about your team?
Doing good. Assistant GM did a good job. Had some intel I was not aware of. We saved a lot of money relative to where we thought we were going to be. The $2, $3 kickers were very nice, and I think we're in a good spot. Shed Wraps was worrying me for a little while throughout with how much money was stored off there, but Sam did a good job.
Caden, as a rookie, you just landed a contract. How does it feel?
Pretty good. No, don't know a whole lot about shed ball, but I've heard lots about it. Excited to play.
Very good. Well, welcome to the league. Be an interesting dynamic with 3. We'll have to teach you that it's some different rules. You can basically sub out and kick out to somebody for an open look outside. We'll show you how that works on the night of the tourney. But you guys will have that unique advantage of having 3 in the rotation, and you might be able to work that to your advantage. Matt Stafford, you end the draft in a position of being very, very wealthy. You're sitting on all sorts of Scrooge McDuck levels of cash. Um, I guess the challenge is don't get relegated because you'll lose that amount. What are your thoughts on your strategy coming into the draft tonight?
I'm investing in the future. This is this shows that I guess I believe the most in shed ball. So
Matt
also I
believes
love
it
a
will
deal.
continue. What did you say, Matt?
Oh, I just said I also love a good deal. So I actually I'm excited to see this season's team, and I think everyone's going to be surprised by the Rats this year. So watch out.
The combined age between these two players is well into their 70s.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is if you look at the teams that have won, they tend to have like the oldest players on it. So, if you noticed in the chat earlier, I did ask who the oldest and the youngest player in the draft is, and I mean, it's just math.
The higher, the better.
I honestly, like, have you looked into this?
There's good analytics on the older players winning. That is true. Usually that means because they're peaking at 22, but or
How old were
25.
you when you? Well, you.
I
Okay,
never
how
won a
old is it? How
championship.
old?
If we really have to bring that up again, that I never won a championship, do we really have to
Oh,
bring that
I'm
up
sorry.
again?
I'm sorry. But the Stumps when they won, I mean,
Yeah, Sam and
combined
Grant.
age.
Those guys had 401ks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Tony, who do you like in this league here? Who do you think is the favorite? Well, I think that the favorite is pretty clear. How do you see the field playing?
Yeah, I'd agree with the Maple Wooders being good. I think what Matt has to worry about though is if he gets relegated, he loses the money he's saving up. So
And you think that's a legitimate option given his strategy?
I think so. I'm afraid so.
Which is the team that's most equipped to contend with the Maple Wooders?
Road Trippers by far.
I would say the Grounders.
Yeah, where did the Road Trippers come in last season? Because they're just running back their roster, right?
We have what is a SGA Lou Dort situation on our hands here, and they're the ones who stuck out through the rebuild, played with Isaiah Roby, and now we're headed to the other side of the dust cloud.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Grounders. I feel like you can't go bad with Nacho, obviously. So
Oh wow, I just have been totally snoozing on that.
And I
Dude,
would like
everybody
to
snoozes on
point out
Simon every year.
Kyle did reach out to me this morning asking if I wanted to trade for Nacho's advantage.
Uh-huh.
And then we were both disappointed when we realized I couldn't.
Oh man. Isaac Chafee still on the line?
Yes, sir.
You went 3 players. Have you played on a team with 3 before? Was your B League team a team of more than 2?
No, just 2.
Okay, it was just 2. What was your rationale going for Peter Camp?
I don't know. I just thought that he could be a good contingent for the 2010ers. I feel confident that we can probably make some skill and improvement for them, and I believe that we can do pretty well this season.
Yeah, there we go. Love it. Anything that jumps out to you, Mike Wynn? Just a long time. I don't know if you're in range of talking. You just like you used to play an old shed ball. You have a sense for these things. He might not be available to answer right now. Okay, well, Simon. Everybody counts you out.
Yeah, what's with that?
I don't know. You've been in the championship game every time you GM'd.
Uh-huh.
And you just landed the guy who everybody was talking about before the tournament until you have this Hull Vanderway combination.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose Bennett?
Yeah, I think Bennett's gonna do really good. He's got the grittiness and the heart it needs. And he's played really well in the B League. I think he's been in the B League championship a few times.
Yeah. I really like that. I really like that combination. Nacho's got some size. Bennett's got some quickness, some athleticism. I think Kyle Velko just joined the Grit Draft again. Kyle, everybody wants to know, why in the world did you spend all your money?
I mean, I got two great players at great values, and you know, uh, I think it's pretty clear. I think it's pretty clear. We set ourselves up in a really, really good spot to do something no one's ever done before. And I want that challenge.
And of course, what he's referring to is back-to-backs. In fact, no team has ever won 2 championships, let alone.
I mean, that hasn't been done since Sam Whalen in season 1 and season 2, right?
Of old Shed Ball.
Of old Shed Ball. Like this is
over 10 years ago.
I mean, this is we're talking close to 2 decades ago. Like this is like that's
yeah.
And we didn't even have GMs back then, so it's being in rarefied air is something I don't take lightly, and we'll have our guys prepared.
Sam, was this a lot of pressure to come in and take the brunt of the making the call, saying the bid amounts?
What was that?
Was this a lot of pressure, Sam? Was it a lot of pressure?
No, been there before. Pretty comfortable. Even more comfortable now having Nick at my back. When things get stressful, shoot the man a text. He provides the oversight. All as well.
Okay, very good. Scott, are you still there?
What up?
Scott, describe your draft experience. Obviously, a real curveball that you had to step in for the mystique. How are you feeling? Where's your mind at right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like a psych patient with a split personality. It's hard to have not have some ulterior motives. But I told the boys, I said I need a good loan officer at some point in my life, so I didn't want to burn any bridges too bad. But yeah, I feel like I always get some good guys in the B League. I think they got a lot of tenacity. I've seen Hudson. I think I've seen Hudson play at one point, so I feel like they can do some damage.
And you've got a dangerous rookie. We don't know what he's capable of. I met him in the office last week, and he was perfect shed ball material. So
great. I'll be glad to see him sometime.
Yeah. I tell you what, Scott, you got some experience in the bright lights of the Premier League draft. If you win the 3-game series between the Cellar Dwellers and the Stumps, you will have to sit in the seat of these guys and actually make these kinds of decisions for real.
That was good. I'm glad to get that little warm up then.
Tony, your confidence level of getting out of the B League.
Not high. Honestly, I don't know who my guys are, but we're gonna rock with it. So,
well, you could pull a Kyle Velker. The guy ran last season before the championship. He ran film sessions. He poured in probably 10 hours into preparation and diagramming and running an offense that ultimately won them the title. So now I guess is where the grit really comes in. Tony, your shed ball journey has been like a rocket ship that then ran out of fuel. And we'd love to see Tony Cachiro back in the Premier League, but of course we'd love to see Scott Zielstra make his first appearance and see those orange jerseys finally in some Premier League games. So, gentlemen, this is a good draft. Unexpected twists and turns, and we're excited to see where this goes. The tournament is going to be Friday night.